Hey guys, welcome to this live stream where we will be learning Isn't She Lovely by the great Stevie Wonder. So for those of you watching the recorded video on YouTube or on our website, remember this is a live streaming lesson recording that was on Facebook and Instagram on our official pages, and it will be about an hour long, probably a tiny bit less. It's pretty much like a one-to-one lesson with me. So please feel free to relax a bit on your sofa, grab your guitar, and if possible, try to learn this song with me live. Finally, just before we start, remember that if you love these lessons, if you like this kind of contents and you want more of them, you can support us on our Patreon page from as little as $1 a month. And every support is very appreciated and will help us to do even more and more of this high quality free lesson for everybody. So the link is www.patreon.com/yourguitaracademy. I'm sure that there will be a link just below the video. So okay, let's get started with this lesson. We will go through, as usual, chords and structure of the song first. Then we will talk a bit about the rhythm, the lick that I just played in two different octaves. And then I would talk about some few extras towards the end of the lesson. Extras like basically the harmony behind this song and some finger picking arrangement and the theme melody. But we will talk about this in a few minutes. Okay, let's start. Yes, let's start with the chords. So the chords we are going through are C sharp minor 11. Then F sharp 9, A over B, or B9 sus4, which is the same, E major. I will show you just one more chord, one more variation here, which is a G sharp 7, sharp 9, a Hendrix chord. Then back to C sharp minor 11, F sharp 9, A over B, E major again, if you want E9, and then go to A major 7, which is the second part of the B section, G sharp 7 sharp 5 or G sharp 7 sharp 5 flat 9. We will talk about this in a minute. Back to C sharp minor 11, F sharp 9, A over B, A over B for another bar, and then E, where we play only one stroke with the staccato before going into our lick. Okay, and then we will talk a bit about the rhythm as well. So let's repeat again the chords, saying something more about them. So the first chord we start from is a C sharp minor 11. What does it mean? It's like a C sharp minor 7. And many of you, this is more like an intermediate advanced lesson. So many of you, I guess, already know the C sharp minor 7 played with the second finger on the 9th fret. Now you just want to play, rather than the 5th of the chord, the 11th, so the 4th degree 1 octave higher, and this becomes a C sharp minor 7 extended until the 11th, skipping the 9th. What does it mean? A C sharp minor 7 is made by 1, 3, 5, 7. Now we are extending it to the 11th. So in theory, you should find 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, but we are skipping the 9th, we are not playing the 5th, so you only find 1, 3, 7, 11. That's how the chord sounds. Okay? Hello everybody. Cool. So yes, this is the C sharp minor 11. You play the second finger on the 9th fret, the C sharp on the E string. And then you basically play the 3rd and the 4th fingers on the 9th frets of the D and the G string, and the 1st finger on the 7th fret of the B string. It's a beautiful chord. It sounds really amazing. And you are skipping the A string and the bottom high E string. They are both muted, so when you strum the chord, you actually play only the E, D, G, B string. Okay, that's pretty much what we do with this first chord, C sharp minor 11. Second chord that we are going to play, it's an F sharp 9. So you go with the second finger on the 9th fret, this time one string below on the A string. Then you go with the first finger on the 8th fret of the D string, and then you play a mini bar with a ring finger on the 9th fret of G, B, and high E string, like this. So that's your F sharp 9. So the two chords that we are playing so far are C sharp minor 11, F sharp 9. Now the song is in 4/4, so that means you can easily count 1, 2, 3, 4, so 4 beats per bar. So you can count 4 beats on the C sharp minor 11, 4 beats on the F sharp 9. So that means 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? The third chord that we are going to play, it's a classic because it's a chord that I talk about every Monday in my live streaming lessons, which is an A over B or B9 sus4. So if you watched any other of my live streaming, you already know that you can think about this chord in two different ways. You can think about an A triad that you play here with the 7th fret of the D string, which is the root note of the A, but with the second degree on the bass, which is the B 7th fret E string. Or if you consider, which is better I think, if you consider the B note on the bass, so the 7th fret of the E string as the root note, you can count this chord as a B7, where you are not playing the major third, so it becomes sus4, and you extend it until the 9th, which is this C sharp here. What does it mean? You basically play a B9 sus4. So rather than playing a normal B9, that would be this one for instance, you play a B9 sus4. Okay? So I will call this chord either B9 sus4 or A over B. It's actually exactly the same thing. So yeah, playing again this first three chords, you basically have C sharp minor 11, F sharp 9, A over B, or B9 sus4, which is the same. And then you go to an E major, and I play this E major with the bar on the 7th fret. It's a lower bar that you play with the first finger over 5 strings, so you are not playing the E string. And the ring finger plays a mini bar of 3 strings, the D, G, and B strings on the 9th fret. So this is your E major. It's just a normal triad, an E major triad. So far, we cover 4 bars of the song, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And the chord names are C sharp minor 11, F sharp 9, A over B, E major. Alright, then you repeat again exactly the same 4 bars, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so these are the first 4 bars that we play twice. On the 4th bar, you can always add one more chord on the last 2 beats. So that basically means when you play the E major, which is the 4th bar, rather than playing 4 beats with the same chord, 1, 2, 3, 4, if you want, obviously it's not something mandatory, it's just something which is up to you, depending on the arrangement you want. You can play the first time a G sharp 7 sharp 9, a Hendrix chord, so something that you play like 11th fret on the A string with the 2nd finger, 1st finger on the 10th fret of the D string, ring finger, the 3rd finger on the 11th fret of the G string, and the pinky on the 12th fret of the B string. Okay, we will see that this is a secondary dominant, okay, of the key. So basically we play G sharp 7 sharp 9, an altered chord, to go back to C sharp minor 11. So this is the secondary dominant to go back to C sharp minor 11. Okay. The second time that you play the same 4 bars, so the second time that you are on the E bar for 4 beats, rather than saying again 2 bar for an entire bar on the E major, you can play the second half, so the beats 3 and 4 with an E9. This is a normal funk chord, the E9 with the 7th fret on the E of the A string, 7th fret with the 2nd finger, 1st finger on the 6th fret of the D string, sorry. And then a mini bar of 3 strings, G, B, E, with the ring finger on the 7th fret. This is your E9. So if we add these 2 chords at the end of the 4th bar and at the end of the 8th bar, it sounds like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. To create again another tension, another dominant chord, going then to the A major 7 that starts in the B section. Okay, so this is the whole A section, the A section made by 8 bars. as I said, the last two chords that I showed you, the G sharp 7, sharp 9, and the E9, are not mandatory. You can just play an E major for the whole bar, and it's absolutely fine. It's completely up to you. Okay, and then we go to the B section. The B section is, again, 8 bars. The first bar is A major 7. So you just play with the first finger, the 5th fret of the E string. Then you play at the 6th fret of the D and G string with the ring finger and the pinky, and the second finger is on the 5th fret of the B string, like this. As we said before, we don't play the open A string, we don't play the open IE string, so we are only playing E, D, G, and B string. They are muted, the other two strings are muted. So as soon as you play the stroke, you're actually playing only 4 strings. So that's your A major 7. For one bar. Second bar, you move 1 fret back. So from A on the 5th fret, you slide back with the same finger on the 4th fret, where you find a G sharp, and you play a G sharp 7 altered chord, which means you can play a G sharp 7 with the sharp 5, and if you want, even with the flat 9. What does it mean? You play root note here, which is the first finger on the 4th fret of the low E string, the minor 7th degree with the second finger on the 4th fret of the D string. The third finger goes on the major 3rd, which is basically the 5th fret of the G string, and so far you have 1, 3, 7, we are not playing the 5th yet. And the 5th, rather than being a perfect 5th, it's an augmented 5th, so the sharp 5, which you find still on the 5th fret of the B string now. So with the third finger you can play both strings like this. This is an altered chord, which means it creates even more tension going back then to the C sharp minor 11, like we saw before for the G sharp 7, sharp 9. So when you are here, you can decide whether to play 2 fingers or 1 finger here on the 5th fret, playing these 2 frets on the G and B string. And if you decide to play 1 finger only, so the third finger on the G and B string, then you can play a mini bar of 3 strings, playing also the bottom string, the high E string, where you can play still the 5th fret, and that will be the flat 9 of the chord. So it's an altered chord that has both the sharp 5 and the flat 9 here, okay? If you want to play something different, you can even have your pinky 2 frets forward to play the sharp 5, the sharp 9, but it's completely up to you. I would say just play G sharp 7, sharp 5, or G sharp 7, sharp 5, sharp flat 9. Okay, this is an altered chord. So these are the first 2 chords of the B section. A major 7, hey ole, then G sharp 7, sharp 5. Third bar, again, C sharp minor 11, like at the beginning. Fourth bar, F sharp 9, like at the beginning. So the first 4 bars of this B section are A major 7, 3, 4, G sharp 7, sharp 5, 3, 4, C sharp minor 11, 3, 4, F sharp 9, 3, 4. Then you go back to your A over B or B9 sus 4 that you will play for 2 bars, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then E major. So E major will be the 7th bar of this B section, and you will play only 1 stroke, counting 1, 2, 3, 4. Then there is an 8th bar where you don't play any chord, because we will play the lick at the end. Okay, so just playing the B section from the A major 7, the 8 bars that you're going to play will be A major 7, 3, 4, G sharp 7, G sharp 7, sharp 5. It's more difficult to say than to play. Then C sharp minor 11, then F sharp 9, and then A over B, 2, 3, 4, A over B, 3, 4, E, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, cool. So we saw all the chords that we need in this Isn't She Lovely by Stevie Wonder. The structure is incredibly easy. You have only one A section, the first 8 bars that I played, and a B section, the second 8 bars that I played. When you put them together, these 16 bars are the whole structure. So every time you want to play a verse, a chorus of this song, or you want to take a break to play a solo, you just repeat the whole 16 bars. Then, depending if you're playing along with the recording, if you're playing with a singer, or if you're playing with your function band, you will have a different structure. But in the end, you are always playing, always following these 16 bars. Okay, that's how it works. So let's try to go once more through the 16 bar structure now that we saw the whole, all the chords that we need, and we will count the beats 1, 2, 3, 4 every bar. So we start with a C sharp minor 11, 1, 2, 3, 4, F sharp 9, 3, 4, A over B, 3, 4, E, 2, 3, 4, C sharp minor 11, 3, 4, F sharp 9, 3, 4, A over B, 3, 4, E, 2, 3, 4, A major 7, 3, 4, G sharp 7 sharp 5, 3, 4, C sharp minor 11, F sharp 9, A over B, 3, 4, A over B, 3, 4, E, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so if you can, let me know if you are playing with me, if you are with your guitar and you are trying this chord with me. If you are watching the recording, you can just go back and try to play along with me all the chord transitions while I count the beats so that we can practice together. So these are the chords and the structure. Now we have to talk a bit about the rhythm. So normally I play this song with this groove. Okay, so how do I play this groove? Basically, I count the beats like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is one bar. In every beat, I think about a triplet, like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So if I play my triplet, I can count 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, every beat. This is an 8-note triplet. So it's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. This is a full bar played in triplets. Now, I'm not really playing all these strokes. So what am I going to do is different on the beats 1 and 3 and 2 and 4. So on the beats 1 and 3, I'm doing a downstroke and an upstroke every beat. Where are these downstrokes and upstroke? The upstroke is when I say 1 in my triplet, like 1. The upstroke is when I say 3. So in the middle, you have to count, you have to imagine there is a 2, which is not played actually. So it's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That's what I mean. You play on 1, you don't play on 2, and you play an upstroke on 3. It's pretty much like having, for the more advanced of you, a shuffle feel on 2 8s. So if you have 2 8s, rather than playing them straight, like 1, 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, you play them shuffle or swing, like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. But now, rather than playing all downstrokes, you play down, up. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and hi Andrew. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, on the beats 1 and 3, I'm playing down, up on the 1 and 3 of my triplet inside the beats, like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Sorry. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That's what I'm doing in slow motion. On the beats 2 and 4, the beats that I was skipping now, I just played the full triplet, so the full 3 strokes, down, up, down, but I played them, hello Victoria, but I played them with ghost notes to create even more groove. So I'm not really playing the chord there, I'm just playing this, I'm just playing 3 strokes in ghost notes. Okay, so if I play now one bar of C sharp minor 11 to demonstrate the groove, that would be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. You just need to keep counting the triplets in every beat. Okay, if I put all together this in 4 bars, the first 4 bar of the A section, it sounds slowly like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, and if you want 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, I said already, that it's up to you if you want to play this G sharp 7 sharp 9. Okay, this is the rhythm for the whole structure. So once that you get this, you just keep it for the whole song. So let me go again through the 16 bars that we demonstrated before, trying to play the rhythm as well now. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So why I didn't play the same rhythm on the last E of the structure? Because the last chord, it's played only for one beat on the first beat of the bar, like 1, and you should stop that sound as soon as possible. This effect is called staccato, as we said already other times in other videos. So we just do 1, 2, 3, 4, and then another bar of rest, 1, 2, 3, 4, because we said already that here we will play this lick. Okay, so we need space, we need room for this lick, and the best way is just playing one downstroke, very short, on the first beat of the last bar, of the second last bar, where you have the E at the end of your 2 bars of A or B. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, guys, so now before we go through this lick, I just want to remind you that you can watch this, the recording, the HD recording of this live lesson tomorrow, if you are watching live now, on our YouTube channel and on our website, on the blog of our website, where you will find the HD recording and the right half of the lesson. What does it mean? You will also find the chord diagrams for all the chords that I'm describing now, okay, with the name and the fingers to use for each chord. At the bottom, you will also find the structure that I just named, so the A section with 8 bars and the B section with 8 bars. And you will find the tab later for the lick that we are going to see later for this. So anything you want to go deeper, it's just there. You just go to our right tab of the lesson and you will find everything you need. Okay, so for now, if you can already play these chords, if they make sense for you, just try to practice them with me, because in a few minutes I will go through the structure once more. But now I want to show you this lick. So how to play this lick? The lick is in triplets as well. It's just tricky to understand how to count it. Let's try to go through the notes first, and then we see how to count it. So it starts on the 7th fret of the low E string, which is a B. So you play 7th and 9th fret of the low E string, then you go 1 string down on the A string and you play 7th, 9th and 11th fret. So, hello Melanie. Then you go to the D string where you play 9th and 11th fret. So, and then you end on the 9th fret of the E string. Okay, so just sing it. Okay, the best way to learn it is just sing it. For those of you who want to know how to count it, then we will count it. So how do we finish the rhythm? We finish on the beat number 1 of the 15th bar, where we play an E like 1, 2, 3, 4. Then in the same bar, you play 1 with a chord, and on 2 we start the melody. But the melody doesn't start on the downbeat number 2. It starts after 1/8 between the triplet. So what does it mean? We have a triplet feel like 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, like this. On the second note of the triplet in the beat 2, you start your lick. So instead of counting 1, 2, 3, which would be wrong, and you will not finish the lick in time, you have to count 1, 2, 3. So the first two notes that we said, the 7th and the 9th fret on the low E string, would be on 2 and 3 of the first triplet. The first triplet happens to be on the second beat of the bar, because on the first beat you have the chord. So you have 1, 2, and these two notes, which are on second and third, 8th note of the triplet. So 1, 2. If you want, after this one, you can count 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 to finish the bar, just the triplets on the second, third, and fourth beat. So let's make it easier. Imagine you have one bar with 4 beats. 1, 2, 3, 4. The first beat, you just play one E, one downstroke on the E. The second, third, and fourth beats, you count the triplets. So 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. You count the triplet 3 times to cover the second, third, and fourth beat. Now, in the second beat, so the first triplet that you count, you don't play the first note. Imagine there is a rest on the first note, and you only play the second and the third. On the third beat, you play 3 notes. On the fourth beat, you play 3 notes. So it's just at the beginning of the triplets that you don't play the first note. You play 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And then the last note is on the 1 of the following bar, the 16th bar, the last one. 1. And if you want, you can play even 2 times, like once on the first beat, once on the second beat. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 1. Okay? In terms of beat, is 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 would be rest. Would be rest because who's singing is doing isn't she lovely, and we play dun 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 on 3 and 4, 3 and 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. Right? So again, from the end, we will have 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3 and 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, in this way we know which notes to play for the melody, for the lick I mean, and which notes to play before we start again if we want to double the melody that the singer is doing. Okay, we are in the key of E major, so this is okay. Right, so another option to play this melody is to play the melody 1 octave higher, which is incredibly cool if you're playing with another guitarist, for instance, so, or with a piano player as well. So you could harmonize the melody by 1 octave. So one of you is playing the melody here. For who's asking on Instagram which song is this one, this is Isn't She Lovely by Stevie Wonder. So one of you, I was saying, plays the melody here, and the other guy can play the melody here. So exactly the same notes, 1 octave higher. Where are these notes? The timing is obviously the same. The notes start on the 9th fret of the D string, where you have the same beat that you were playing here, but 1 octave higher. So you play 9th fret, 11th fret on the D string, 9th fret and 11th fret on the G string, then 9th fret and 12th fret on the B string, 9th fret and 12th fret on the E string. So the timing is the same, 1, 2, or 1, 2. It's completely up to you if you like to strum everything, to pick everything, like, or if you prefer to just try to do as many hammer-ons as you can and slides, which I recommend because it just sounds lighter and more fluent. So you can count 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Okay, that's how we can play this melody. So putting together the rhythm with the structure and the lick at the end, we can have this. 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 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 1 and 2, 3 and 4. obviously it's up to you if you want to play these three notes or not. They are 9th and 10th fret of the B string. Now we play once more this structure. So this is your occasion to practice with me even slower, whether you are watching it live now or you're watching the recording. I will go through the rhythm and the chords once more, playing slower and trying to put even the two chords that I said. It's up to you. So the G sharp 7 sharp 9 and the E9 at the end of the 4th and the 8th bar. So slowly they sound like 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2, 3 and 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 4. 1, 2. Okay, so it's up to you if you want to play this and this. For who joined late, we are learning "Isn't She Lovely" by Stevie Wonder. If you want to watch what we said already, so the chords, the structure, and the rhythm, you can watch tomorrow our HD recording of this lesson on YouTube or on our website www.yourguitaracademy.com if you just go on our YGA blog. I just want to remind you guys that if you love this kind of content and you want to see more, you can support us from as little as $1 a month on our Patreon page, which is in the first link underneath this video. So every help is highly appreciated, as it will allow us to create even more and more of this live lesson for free for everybody in HD. So yeah, okay, once more, we said chords, structure of the song, rhythm, and we also said how to play this lick in 2 different octaves. Okay, now as always, I want to tell you to write any questions you have about the chords, the rhythm, the song, or any other suggestions for the next live streaming now, because I'm going to show you a few extras and then I will open a Q&A. So if you have any questions, this is the right time to type them, and in a few minutes I will go through all of them and I will reply to them. So feel free to ask anything either on Instagram and Facebook. Right? Yes. And now let's say something more. I would like to talk about the harmony behind this song. So we said that the key is E major. So every time you play the E major in this song, this is the 1st degree. What are the other chords? The first chord that you play, C sharp minor 11, is the 6th degree or relative minor of E major. So it starts on the song starts on the 6th degree. Then you go to F sharp 9. Now F sharp, which is the 2nd degree starting from E, should be an F sharp minor 7. So in theory, this is a chord that looks like it's out of key. It's actually in the key, because the F sharp minor 7 becomes an F sharp 7 or F sharp 9, just because in this way you can play a secondary dominant. What is a secondary dominant? The secondary dominant is a dominant chord in the key, within the key, which is not the primary dominant, so not the 5th degree of the key. Now, in the key of E major, the primary dominant would be the 5th degree, so B7. But it's any other chord bringing you with attention to the following chord. It's basically the 5th degree of the chord where you are going. So since we are going to a B, the 5th degree of B is actually F sharp, and that's why we play the F sharp 9 as secondary dominant of B. B, which is a B7, in this case we played as a B7-9, so B9 sus4, is the primary dominant, so this is the 5th degree. So we can consider 6th degree the C sharp minor 11, 2nd degree dominant, so secondary dominant the F sharp 9, 5th degree the B7-9 sus4, 1st degree the E. Then if you want to play this G sharp 7 sharp 9 that I said it's optional, you can just consider it as a secondary dominant of C sharp minor 11 where we are heading to. So C sharp minor 11, 6th degree, has the 5th degree, which is a G sharp. So every time you play a G sharp 7, any kind of G sharp 7, that's a secondary dominant. So the tension to resolve on the C sharp minor 11. Okay, that's the meaning of secondary dominant. Normally, when you play the 5th degree, so the dominant chord, going to a minor chord, so the following one is a minor, like the C sharp minor 11, you play the dominant chord with one alteration. The possible alterations you might play are flat 5, sharp 5, flat 9, sharp 9. You can play either one of them, two of them, three of them, four of them, it's up to you. In this case, for instance, I choose to play one of them, which is the sharp 9. So it becomes G sharp 7, sharp 9. And it creates even more tension, resolving on C sharp minor 11. From here, I just repeat the same, so. And then the reason why I suggested before to play the E9 after the E is because the E can become, in this way, the secondary dominant of A major 7, which is the chord where we are going. Now, A major 7 is the 4th degree of the key, but E9 becomes the dominant chord, the 5th degree of A major 7, to resolve on A major 7. It creates a mini 5-1 to resolve on A major 7. That's the idea, basically. Okay? Yeah, cool. Then, after A major 7, we go to G sharp 7, sharp 5. So once more, this is a secondary dominant because we are going to C sharp minor 11. In this case, I choose to play with sharp 5 or sharp 5 flat 9 rather than sharp 9, but it's up to you. Wherever you want to play the G sharp 7 is fine. Just remember that since we are going to C sharp minor 11, it sounds cool if you add one alteration. So in this B section, we are playing 4th degree, secondary dominant of the 6th degree, 6th degree, C sharp minor 11, 2nd degree, still secondary dominant of the 5th degree, and 5th degree, which is A over B, 5th degree, 1st, so resolution on the 1st, and lick in the key of the 1st degree, so in E major or C sharp minor, which is the same. So all the lick that we saw before, this one, it's all played on the shapes 5 and 1 of the minor pentatonic. If you want to know what the minor pentatonic scale is, and if you want to know what the shapes 5 and 1 are, you can just go on our website. You will find plenty of HD high quality video lessons explaining you everything you need about the pentatonic scales. They are for free, so you can just go there and look for them. Cool. So basically, all what I'm playing here is based on this, you see, shape 1 of the C sharp minor or E major pentatonic scale. I just start from here, from the shape 5, and then I slide into the shape 1. If you start from here, it's even easier to see that this is all shape 1. Like this. Okay, cool. Right. Something more that we can say is that if you don't want to play with a pick, or if you want to create, you know, a more finger pick and fingerstyle arrangement, you can play something like. Hello to the guy from Wales, and thank you for your suggestion. We'll keep in account. So this is the fingerstyle arrangement. What's the difference? You still follow the same rhythm, 1 and 2, with the triplet on the 2nd and the 4th beat. Doing ghost notes with the fingers now. And it's up to you what you want to play in the upstroke. You might play even just with the ring finger the 2nd string. And then sometimes you can change the string. So it's completely up to you. You can play even with the fingers. It sounds super cool anyway, but if you want to play something very groovy, you just go through the rhythm that we explained. Remember that before I showed you a slow version, so if you just go, if you just rewind the recording, you can play with me very slowly. But the real tempo of this one is quite up tempo, so it would be pretty much like this, and it sounds very groovy. Okay, cool. So if you want, we can also learn how to play the main melody, so the theme melody. In case you want to start at some point looping yourself with the rhythm and playing a little solo, a good idea could be improvising over the C sharp minor, E major pentatonic and full scale, and maybe start with one chorus playing the whole theme. With the lick. Now, the whole theme that I showed you is entirely played on the shape 1 of the full scale for C sharp minor or E major or E major. So it's either E major scale or C sharp natural minor scale, which is this. Again, if you want to know something more about this scale, just go to our website and you will find everything you need. Okay, so how does it start? We are on the B string and we play 9, 10, 9. Then we go to the G string and we play 11, 9. Then you repeat. And this time you play 11 and 19 on the D string. So far, na, 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 first phrase. Repeat with a different ending. Then, first phrase again. Maybe you can end the second time just on the 9th fret of the D string, which is a B, but it's up to you. So the melody over the A section is na, 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 na. Use as many vibratos as you can. And then B section. Na, 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 na. What am I playing? 9th, 10, 12, 12 on the B string, 9, 10, 12, 10. So na 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 na, 9, 9, 10, 12, 10. So 9, 10, 12, 12, 9, 9, 10, 12, 10. 9, 9, 9, 3 times, 9, 9, 9, 11, 9 on the G string. So da 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 da, na 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 na. 9, 9, 9. So 11, 9, 11, 9 on the G string, 11 on the D string. So the full part that we just played is na, 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 and then 9, 10, 9 on the B string, 11, 9 on the G string, 11 on the D string, 9 on the D string, 9 on the E, and then your lick in the octave you prefer. So all together is, try to play along with me. Okay, so as always, this is just an idea of how to play the melody on the guitar, and it could be very interesting if you are going to do a solo, an improvisation, and if you want maybe to start with the melody only without improvise, and then in the second chorus you might improvise. Okay, so these are a few bits that we can see. So if now we play everything all together, including the lick once more, we will have 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I'm going through the questions. There was somebody, Iklimi, I think, asking before if you can sing over this arrangement also. Of course you can. So this is a great arrangement to sing along as well. So if you're just playing by yourself, guitar and vocals, that's absolutely great. As well as if you have someone else who's playing and you're just playing the rhythm, that's absolutely cool. The singing part matches perfectly this arrangement. So please feel free to try this along. Thank you to all the other guys who wrote suggestions for the next live streamings. We will keep them in account, obviously. So if you have any other suggestions later when you're watching this recording, please feel free to email us and send us messages. And yeah, so I see that we have had comments from different areas of the world, which is really cool. So thank you very much for everybody, to everybody who joined this live streaming and typed questions and comments. If you don't have any other questions, I think this is everything. As always, the appointment is for next Monday at 4 p.m. UK time to learn another song and go through some other guitar topics together. The lesson, as always, will be streamed on Instagram and Facebook at the same time, and you can watch from the day after the recording on our YouTube channel and on our website www.yourguitaracademy.com. The link will be underneath the recording of this video. And if you want to support us, if you like this kind of contents, please feel free to support us from as little as $1 a month on our Patreon page. You can find the link below as well, and every little help will be highly appreciated, because it will allow us to do so many more of these HD free lessons for everybody. Okay, guys? So again, thank you very much for your time, for joining in, and for your comments, and I will see you next Monday for the next lesson. Thanks you again. I'll see you the next time.